remember being in the studio tracking Happened to Me, and I was like, if anybody hits me with some safe country typical recording session nonsense, out of here. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, I want loud, I want boisterous, I want you to dig in, and so I just, I feel that in Happen to Me, and I feel that with so many songs on this record.
Russell, it's a pleasure to catch up with you again. How are you doing?
Wonderful, phenomenal.
Last time you came into the Smooth Country studio, you were number one in the UK. And hey, presto, we get to speak again, and you're number one in the UK. Is that a coincidence or is it every time we talk?
I think we need to talk more often.
Well, listen, congratulations with Happened to Me. And isn't that a phenomenal start as well, for your album, Famous Back Home?
Crazy. I mean, with number one in the UK, we're, I don't know, three in Canada, four in the US. You know what I mean? It's just like I couldn't plan a more perfect global, spot to release a record.
It's the perfect launch as well for the album, isn't it? Do you want to tell us a bit about the album, though? Just give us a bit of a, how long have you been working on it and a little more detail.
For me, I feel like my first record, yours, was I had nothing to lose, nothing to lose, nothing to gain, right? So
Yep.
well, nothing to lose, everything to gain because I had nothing. But it's like I kind of feel like that was my mindset on this album. Like a couple, like record two and three may have been just a little safe. And with this one, I was like, no way. I remember being in the studio tracking Happened to Me, and I was like, if anybody hits me with some safe country typical recording session nonsense, out of here. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, I want loud, I want boisterous, I want you to dig in, and so I just, I feel that in Happen to Me, and I feel that with so many songs on this record.
Well, that's what we get from you, from when you're performing live. So it's great to know that that's going to be like, the message from the album as well. And
Mhm.
keep the safe stuff for some of the other artists. That's good. That's
Yeah,
good to know.
exactly.
How did you get Vince Gill involved?
Man, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why he agreed, but my manager reached out to his manager and he agreed to it, heard the song and loved it. And so, I'm trying to, he was like, just call Vince Gill and figure out, when to schedule the session. And I'm like, me? And I'm like, okay. So I'm like, I have Vince Gill's number in my phone, first of all. And then, just like, okay, cool. I'll just call him and whatever, get voicemail. He calls me back. I missed it, so we're like kind of playing phone tag, but like at the time, the Eagles, he plays in the Eagles. They're playing the Sphere every night with the Eagles, and I'm just over here just like chirping him up, like, hey, Vince, hey, it's me, hey, buddy, hey. And but we finally connected, and he sent his take of the song and everything, and it just turned out phenomenal.
Were you a little anxious, like, reaching out to someone like Vince?
A little intimidated, right? I mean, he's like
Yeah.
one of the biggest artist musicians in country music, and I'm just like, hey, dude, it's the new guy, right? And but yeah, I mean, once we talked, I was like, oh wow, like he's so cool, so down to earth, loves golf, so do I. So it's just, it was great.
What about the rest of the album then? Is it a different sound for you, or have you explored like a slightly different direction?
Not really. I feel like I've had my sound since album one, and it really just, again, it's just more of an intense, like if it's an up tempo, it's all the way up. It's not a safe version of it. And when it's down, it's every emotional heartstring that you can strum. And just again, like the first album, I played so much on my first album, and I finally, got to the place where I played so much guitar on this album, and really got to put my fingerprints all over every song.
So much more control this time round for you.
Yeah, much more time, much more, my last album, I don't even know when it came out, 2023 maybe. And I just, that's 2 years of just being able to take our time and do one song at a time. Because usually it's like you write songs on the road while you're touring, you come back, you get in the studio, you record it, your voice is exhausted, you're exhausted, you give it whatever you have left in the tank. And I told my team, I was like, I have to silo these three: touring, writing, recording. And they did such a great job. Shout out to my team for, while I'm touring, I'm touring. When I get home off the road, I'm writing. And then once the year's done, we went straight to the studio, record, record, record. And it just like I had the vocal stamina for the first time. And I mean, I don't know if anybody can hear it, but I do feel like there's a new richness to the vocal on this whole record.
That's really interesting because we don't obviously as end users we just hear these songs on the radio or however we listen to your music, and we don't really consider all the complexity of all those things going on at the same time. So if you're not feeling right, if you're not feeling like you're giving it enough, then you're not going to be happy in the end, are you, with the product?
Yeah. And then you got to do it all over again anyway. So it's like, yeah, this record was so fun and easy to make and just flowed out.
And do you feel relieved now that the project is, because it can be quite a daunting thing, can't it, from beginning to end? So are you kind of like, and breathe now?
I mean, now that the album is finally out, I think I can breathe because there's no going back as of even a few months ago. But now that it's out, it's just I don't know. I can't wait to see people jam into it and people just blast it. Like my guitar player was downtown Nashville the other day, and he was like, "Dude, somebody was like so loud blasting Worth Your Wild, which just came out." And so he was just like, "Dude, people are jamming this record already." So it feels good.
We can't wait to see you perform these songs and hear you live. Have you been testing is that what you do? Do you test some of the songs when you're playing a concert before, the album and all that? Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, we Bones and Happen to Me were already released before this tour. But yeah, Worth Your Wild we added before it was even out. We've got Heard It in a Country Song that we're playing and Sipping on Top of the World. So those were all released pre-album. And I mean, immediately added them to the set. And just to kind of, just like see what the vibe is, see what the feeling is.
And it adds a little bit more spice then for the audience too, doesn't it? Which leads me to the next question about you coming back to the UK again. We're really anticipating, your return. So you know, that smile says it all, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
So
I
that's a good.
am anticipating it as well. That's all I'll say.
Well, listen, we can't wait for you, and maybe get you back in the studio to come and see us again when you're back in the UK. That'd be brilliant.
Would love
And the
to.
best of luck with the album as well. I wish you every success with the Russell.
Next time we're in the studio, maybe we'll have another number one.
Guaranteed the way, because
Mhm.
we're on a roll with this now. So
Yeah.
absolutely, let's do that. All the best to you, Russell, and thank you.
Hey, thank you, man. Thank you for taking the time.